The spate of attacks began in Paris on October 16th, when teacher Samuel Paty was beheaded by Chechen teenager Abdullah Anzarov. Less than 2 weeks later, a Tunisian man fatally stabbed 3 people in a church in the French city of Nice. He had arrived from Tunisia as a migrant via Italy. And on November 2nd, Islamic State sympathizer Kujtim Fethullah shot and killed 4 people in Vienna. The leaders of those countries, along with other European heads of state and officials, met Tuesday to discuss their response. France and Germany called for much tighter security on the border of Europe's passport-free travel area, known as the Schengen area.
It's not about reducing or cutting down the right to asylum, but it's clearly about implementing it fully and fighting the pathways to misappropriate it and to better protect our common exterior borders.
The terrorists in both Nice and Vienna had moved freely between Schengen countries. Securing the external border won't necessarily solve the problem, says terror analyst Raffaello Pantucci.
As we've seen repeatedly in the past, terror attacks tend to come from within. And I think the last incident we saw in Austria was another example of this in many ways. While the individual involved may be a second-generation immigrant, he was actually born in Austria.
So how should governments tackle the threat of homegrown radicalization? Europe is proposing new laws to crack down on internet companies hosting extremist content.
The moment they are given evidence that there is something on their sites that is criminal or damaging, they have to react straight away and quickly.
The EU meeting took place on the 5th anniversary of the coordinated terror attacks in Paris, when 9 attackers killed 130 people. Since then, most attacks in Europe have been carried out by so-called lone wolf terrorists.
It's infinitely better place to be than seeing large-scale attacks like we saw in Paris or Madrid or London earlier these decades.
The 27 European Union heads of state are due to meet again in December to decide concrete steps on tackling the terror threat. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.